But we have lots of people in the medical field starting to stand up, starting to get their voices out to like-minded medias that are out here that will continue to push our voice, our message out there. We have another person coming from the medical field out here to bring a little more knowledge to you, enlighten you on some numbers, enlighten you on a lot of things that maybe your government hasn't really followed through with. A lot of times they just shoot numbers at you. Look at this pie chart, look at this, and as quick as you can look at it, it's already off the screen. We don't even have Donald Trump to make fun of anymore. He's gone, so it's just COVID, COVID, COVID. All of a sudden the flu's gone. All of a sudden child trafficking stuff is not happening anymore, apparently. I don't hear that on the news as much. So that gives them a free pass to get away with things. Not on our watch. Not on our watch. Us Canadians are like-minded and we are not going to have it anymore. The buck stops here, like Dougie said, right? But this is how it stops. Coming together at times like this, freezing cold, standing together, embracing each other, sharing like-minded messages. So I'll welcome another person to the stage. Dr. Ronald Brown, please come to the stage. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, one seat. I'm just going to change batteries. Okay.
One more time. Please raise some hands for Dr. Ronald Brown, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming out. I had a whole PowerPoint presentation ready. We were going to have a big screen in the back. And then I got here like, oh no, if you want to see the PowerPoint presentation, come over to my car. I have it in the trunk. So right now, I'm going to just have to try to remember what the heck was on all those slides. So bear with me. I don't know if you realize it, but right now the world is looking at Ontario. Right now. I have people from out of the country saying, what's going on up there? We have an opportunity here. We have a leadership opportunity to lead the world. Honestly, I'm speaking from my heart. Now, I have a PhD. I'm currently a doctoral student in epidemiology. I have peer-reviewed articles in the National Library of Medicine of the National Institute of Health, and I'm currently focusing all my attention on this pandemic. So I have a lot of information to share. There's no way we can even do more than touch the tip of the iceberg right now. So stay in touch, and I'm going to be bringing all that information onto the websites and online. And just remember, this is the beginning. This is just the beginning. We have to continue to grow. Now, did you hear Doug Ford last week said,
no one's gonna bump into it, look.
We made a mistake?
He said sorry.
Well, at least said sorry. And did you hear him before he was elected and he said we're going to end hallway health care? Does anybody remember hallway health care? And he said we were going to get rid of that in 1 year. Well, guess what? We have it now, only it's not called hallway health care anymore. What's it called? COVID-19. It's the same problem. It always happens this time of the year. So why is it happening? It has something to do with my research is on what we call the case definitions of the coronavirus. If you want to make the coronavirus go away, if you want to make the pandemics go away and the lockdowns go away, just change the case definition. That's what China did. Now, when I say China, I'm talking about the government, okay? The Chinese government changed the case definition from the World Health Organization's case definition. They narrowed it so much, and this was all on my PowerPoint slides, but I'm going to have to just try to remember this. They narrowed the case definition so much, it practically disappeared. Do you know how many people died of the coronavirus in China in the last 11 months? 2! Not 2,000, not 200, 2 people. How many people died in the United States, for example, in that same amount of time? What, 480,000? So what's going on here? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. China only considers coronavirus cases if you have pneumonia. They call it novel coronavirus pneumonia. So that pretty much eliminates a lot of cases right there. But they go farther than that. You have to be tested for the coronavirus, but there can't be any other pathogens co-infecting you. Now, when you look at the research, it turns out that about 80% of people who have the coronavirus have other pathogens too. They have co-infections. So if you eliminate all the co-infections, what's left? Nothing. That explains why when you look at the graphs of China's cases and deaths, there's nothing there. It's gone. Now the World Health Organization said, this is wonderful. Look what China did. Everybody do that. And what did they do? They shut their society down. Lockdown. Except the World Health Organization didn't understand that we now understand that what China did was change the case definition. That had nothing to do with the lockdowns. I mean, we're doing the same lockdowns. Are we getting results? Now we understand why. So I have a question. When did it become a choice between our public health and our rights and freedoms? When did that become a choice, either or? It wasn't like that. It was only started like that when we turned into a totalitarian society by using the same totalitarian lockdowns from China. If a new pathogen would emerge before the lockdowns, public health would look into it and say, we're looking into it, we're doing epidemiological studies, we're seeing how severe it is, we're seeing how widespread it is. Just go about your business, we'll keep you up to date. That's the way it's supposed to be done. They're supposed to protect our public health within the framework of our rights and freedoms.
Right.
So why aren't they doing that now? Well, if you look at the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, it says those rights and freedoms are guaranteed with reasonable limits. Reasonable limits. Now I ask you, based upon what I just told you about how China changed their case definition, is it reasonable to think that we should do lockdowns and expect the same results? No, it's not reasonable. And that's our case. And that's the message we have to deliver to the public. So everybody here knows people who wonder why we're here, right? Right now, half the world is looking at us and saying, great, and the other half is going, are you kidding me? Right? We got to talk to the are you kidding me people. We have to explain this to them, that we have to get back to the way things were. We have to protect our rights and freedoms while we protect our public health. So remember, this is just the beginning. Next time we get together, I have more slides for you, and we'll have a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Dr. Ronald Brown, please continue to make some noise. More speakers and more speakers telling you things a lot of you guys already know. That's why you guys are out here. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Say it with me. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
More and more people get together. The voices will continue to grow. The volume will get louder. We will either bang down on their door peacefully, or we will take over their live streams, and we will show you that we are no longer idly standing by. We are no longer tolerating what this malarkey you're pushing down our throats. We elected you, you work for us. Make some noise! We have a few more speakers coming up. We're not done yet. We're staying warm. The energy is staying high. Thank you to our soundmen. Thank you to our DJs that are here providing the beats that we can move to and keep our energy going. Thank you to the wise words that are being spoken, filling our brains. Let's treat our bodies like a temple, not a porta potty. Okay.